Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Rome 2. We're playing on the Imperator Augustus campaign with the Divide et Impera and some submods. We are playing as Octavian. Welcome back. Now guys, in today's episode we're going to have our first land battle against Octavian. He's moved an army up here, Legion 1, led by Arsenius. We have Octavian ready to pounce as reinforcements. However, this legion here under the command of Marcus Canis will be leading the charge. This is going to be our first fight against Octavian on land. We have taken a huge chunk of his empire in Greece: Athens, Sparta, Thessalonica, Apollonia, Dyrrachium, Naona, I think that's how you say it. Now, I've had a huge development. I've actually realized, and we've taken the island of Crete, I realized something. Now, because I joined the war with the Numidians, because the Numidians were at war with Mark Antony, okay? I joined that war. So now, none of Mark Antony's vassals can declare war on me, because vassals can't declare war on other factions. They have to go through the authority of their overlord. So I have now realized that Thrace isn't going to attack me, neither is Egypt. So we're going to be able to finish and hit Mark Antony. So maybe it was well, it's not really a cheat, but it's sort of a bit of an abusive tactic. So I technically didn't declare war upon Mark Antony, which would draw in his client states. But if I joined a war with Numidia, surely their client states in real life would be able to. So I kind of feel too bad about that. But this is how we're going to beat them. So we currently have 2 legions here ready to pounce. We're going to have this fort battle in today's episode. We currently have Legion 2 at Thessalonica with Publius. And we have the Royal Fleet in Crete. I have 1 army in Iridium, ready to recruit more or throw back barbarians or rebels. I have another army in Carthage. He actually has this settlement here. I was actually recruiting an army in Carthage to go down and take it. Up in the north, we have Vizontio. Now, looking at the world map, we have, or the campaign map, we have the Gauls to the north. We're actually pushing against these Germanic factions, which is quite interesting, our vassals. So it's sort of a war between them, the Germanic and the Celtic factions. The Iceni have taken the entirety of, well, not quite, but nearly, the United Kingdom. Over in the east, it's basically Octavian and his allies, Egypt in the south. Mark Antony does have couple settlements in Asia Minor, Syria, Libya, and Africa. So let's get into the battle here today against Mark Antony, our first, but with pretty much so far in my campaign. I just want to quickly recap where I am, because sometimes it's hard to see on the campaign map. So I do have 2 settlements in Africa, Carthage. I have Sicily, which I took from Pompey. Obviously, I have the entirety of the Italian peninsula, Italy. I have a pretty decent chunk, about half of modern day France, and we have the Iberian Peninsula, which we threw back the Iberian tribes that were on the western half, and it was pretty much former Lepidus' lands that we overtook and were easily able to colonize because the Iberian tribes actually attacked them. So we've thrown back Lepidus and Pompey. It's time to eliminate the last remaining Roman faction. So let's move up Octavian as much as we can. Now, I would actually fight with Octavian, Legion 1, because it's my best army, and Octavian is a superb commander. However, we're not in range, and Marcus Canis with Legion 4 will be taking the charge. So now with reinforcing, we have a pretty good odds. So we're coming up against Arninius Polo, reinforcing here Appius Piso. So we're coming up against the general unit. There's 2 units of Eagle Cohort. There's usually historically only 1 Eagle Cohort per army, but I guess we'll let it slide here. 2 units of Avanti Cohort, and then 3 Legendary Cohort. Now they do have some Axemen here. They have a couple of Barbarian units, which is quite cool. They have Syrian Levies, Galatian Heavy Auxiliaries, and some Bithynia and some archers. So it's kind of cool that they've got this obviously Roman army build And then because of their lands in Syria and Asia Minor, they have these differences. So the Battle of Thrace, 31 BC. Now we do have 3 archers and 1 ballista in each army. We're going to be able to rain fire and death upon them. Sit back, relax, let most of my units. Now we have 2 units of Praetorian cavalry, 2 units of Equites, 1 Eagle cohort and 2 Praetorian guard, the rest legendary cohort. Just going to have a quick sip of water here, guys. My apologies. Fog. Dry day. So guys, if you still are enjoying this Octavian campaign, I would appreciate it if you could hit that like button and subscribe. So this seems like a little bit of a smaller fort. My reinforcements, Octavian's army is coming from this side. So basically, I want to sit back, relax, rain fire and death upon the enemy. So let's move up with my ballista. Let's go with a flammable round. Let's put 1 unit of my archers here to move up and support. But I'm going to put the other 2. Actually, I'm going to put 2 there. I'm going to put the one on the other side. But most of my artillery is going to be, and archers are going to be here. We will split up the forces about half and half. But I imagine that we're going to be charged over on this other side. So we'll put we'll put the Equites here, and we'll put the Praetorian cavalry over here, which are my better cavalry, and then we'll put the Equites on this other side. So let's start splitting things up. So let's go with the Praetorians and the yeah. So what's that? What's that? That's 5, and then there's 5 here, and then the Eagle. So I want to split that up. So this will be this, and we'll go with these 4 and the Eagle. That can be on the other side. Okay, it doesn't look like we can actually attack from that way, so there's only 3 points to attack. I do want to just sit back, let my archers and ballista use most of their firepower, soften them up, save as many Roman lives as possible before we inevitably charge. I'm going to group them up, so I'm going to move them up once the deployment zone gets a little bit better. Right, but let's go through a couple of my units. I haven't actually shown you guys my Praetorian cavalry as a unit. Oh, my mistake. But let's have a look at Marcus Canus leading the charge. I don't know if I've actually played a battle with Marcus Canus. Where is he? Where is Marcus himself? Here he is. He usually doesn't have a helmet, but there he is. Marcus Canus, one of my famous and favourite generals. Publius and Marcus Canus are the 2 major ones at the moment. Unfortunately, Marcus Agrippa, obviously in real life a pretty famous Roman general, died in the battle against Lepidus, which was unfortunate. He died in the... No, it wasn't the defense of Carthage. But let's move up here now. Continue to fire into that cluster. Right, archers, I want you to disable fire at will. So what are they doing here? They might actually end up attacking me. So we'll just hold my archers like this. Right, let's move up on my other side. I do want to be out of range of the arrow tower though, so let's move up. We should be able to hold them if they do in fact decide to charge. So my reinforcements are coming in, slowly but surely. And they have their unit of cavalry coming in. So it looks like they've made the decision to charge Apollo Strait Apollo. Not Apollo. Pixelated Apollo. Charging out, of course. No, I'm just joking. A good channel. Go highly recommend you check out him. I have been on his what was it? What's it called? The Round Table podcast. I was on it with Legend of Total War. What was his name? Milk and Cookies Total War as well. Right, let's swing around with my cavalry. Let's get the Equites to hit them. So it does look like they're going to leave their fort relatively undefended. Let's continue to rain fire and death upon them. That's going to be a nice shot there. Go, 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 go. That's going to be a really nice job. Okay, so let's quickly pause and reshuffle some things. Right, so my reinforcing army will get, obviously, Octavian to go here. My reinforcing army has a lot of units of cavalry. So, okay, alright. I want to get my cavalry to run down this unit here of Praetorian there, General. The rest of my infantry coming in, I would like you to basically go here. Ballista as well. Archers move up. I'm trying to think, what are they actually doing? Okay, so it looks like he's trying to swing around somehow and maybe attack Octavian's reinforcements. So we're just going to sit back here, try take as many of them. I'll move my cavalry on the flank there. Let's form my cavalry around here. Put this unit there. Alright, let's continue to shoot at them. So it looks like they're going to just try. They don't think they could hold the town square. They just want to maybe try kill Octavian himself. Which is interesting. They are trying to expose their flank. But I guess they're just trying to hit Octavian, hit him and hit him hard. Which, to be honest, isn't that bad of a tactic. If they think they can try and take him. But this is going to be a sensational shot against the archers. But we're going to be able to push in and take the town square. So there is Octavian. Let's just move him back. Right, well, let's engage. Let's get into the town square and finish them off. Move in. Get one unit to destroy that archer tower. So one's taking that. One's going to take that. The rest move in. So we're hitting these guys from behind now. So this is going to be a turn. This was a fort battle. Now it's turning into a line battle. So these units here, except for the ballista and the archers and the cavalry, let's swing around and help. We're going to have to help. Right. Once we start forming up. Huh, it's going to be an interesting engagement. Now we've broken that general unit over on the other side. That's for you here. Now we're going to have to take the high ground with my reinforcements. So take it like here. Archers can be spread out. Infantry slowly but surely moving up. Let's move in with my other units and my archers. Cavalry-wise, maybe we should try take out the general unit now. So it's sort of turning into an interesting engagement. Get my ballista to do as best as they can. Right, 4 you up on the flank. Actually, try to take out their general. Alrighty. Nearly into position. So it looks like Octavian will be having nearly the full command of this battle in the end. Interesting how things turn out. We're going to be able to hit these guys from behind and flank them pretty well. Let's start taking out the actual fort. We have to knock and neutralize the towers. I'm just going to give the orders to take the towers out, of course. Once we're done with them, we can stop our arrow towers, because they're basically like machine guns in this. So we're about to get the engagement on this side. I'm going to swing around and move my cavalry here. And right, so I have my unit of equites. So we've got 2 cavalry units there. We have one here on this flank, my general. But looks like they're about to engage. Right, let's do a counter charge here. Go, 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 go. Pillar! And they're throwing in their Syrian levies first. So they are clustering, which is not too bad, if I do say so myself. Let's fire into that. Ballista are nearly in range. Let's move Octavian up to get some buffs. But swing around now. Swing around quickly now. So it's interesting. Yeah, they're just trying to go straight for Octavian, it looks like. Oh, I got archers here, do I? Oh, there. Yeah. I accidentally grouped them up for some godforsaken reason. Right, so we're starting to engage their front line. You just need to pause sometimes. I do go slow motion. Just need to give out the orders, because I would have actually... Think about it. When you pause a battle, it's not really cheating. Some people are really funny about it. But these orders would have all been prerequisites, like swing around. If you're humans, you would have given out the orders to your commanders, to your generals, before the actual battle took place. So all your soldiers knew their commands beforehand and what the game plan was going to be. And if there were new orders, your leading officers and commanders would have known. So where's Octavian? Octavian, here he is. Yeah, we need to move Octavian up to help. Right, Ballista. Yeah, you are in range, but I don't know if at this point it's going to be more friendly fire than anything. So we've nearly taken the entire town square, which is great. We've nearly converted those towers. We need to take this other one out. So my reinforcements are coming from behind. Eagle cohort. Let's get my cavalry in. So pretty decent engagement on this other side. So I'm assuming that the enemy thought, right, let's try kill Octavian. If we can kill Octavian, we can cut off the head of the snake. We might be able to prevail this battle, because they couldn't really sit back and relax. I was going to wait until my reinforcements came in and rain fire and death upon the enemy. Right, let's move in and let's start our flanking maneuvers now. I want my cavalry to start running down theirs, but we're slowly but surely moving up. This is tactically going to be one of my favourite battles, how it's sort of changed the field. Right, I'm going to go with flaming so we can see. So let's quickly move in Octavian. Maybe with his additional buffs we can throw everyone back. Oh, friendly fire. So I'm going to get my ballistas to halt. We're going to basically kill them now anyway. I feel like throwing in more support will add more friendly fire than actual kill. So check out all these buffs coming in. We've taken the town square and converted the arrow towers. Now Octavian should be pretty proud of himself. Where is the old bastard? Octavian the Conqueror. I just want to see where he is. There he is. The man, the myth, the legend. Octavian holding the command. Very nicely done. He likes to be up and close to the action. Right, let's get my cavalry now to run down and officially break the remaining stragglers. Let's actually get a charge against this eagle cohort from the side. Continue with our flanking maneuvers. Go, 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 go. Right, like I said, there's going to be a really nice cavalry charge from the side here coming. Go now. Quickly now. Hit them. We've hit the eagle cohort from the back. We're going to go with this cinematic mode. Men, brace yourselves. Spears at the ready. So we've hit the eagle cohort from the side. Very nicely done. Let's move out. I don't want to get stuck into a long engagement. Right, so what's here now? One thing I have to criticize about DEI, it's sort of hard to see what in fact your cavalry units are, because they have the same logo as your swordsmen. Right, let's have a quick check at the town square. So nothing really too much is happening. We have a couple of legionaries and armies just not doing anything. So let's move you up and help. I think it's a bit late to join the fight, but we'll leave at least one legion to defend. And let's move up with some cavalry and archers as well. The more cavalry we can get into the battle, the better. We can run down. This was a land battle, of course, so we need to try kill as many and run down them as best we can. The less we have to face later on. I might continue to get some more Hammond and Anvil strikes on that Eagle cohort, matter of fact. Let's move around here with... If we can get Praetorians to do it. These are a Vati cohort. However, they are very well trained. So they nearly put... well, they would most definitely give a Praetorian Guard unit a run for their money. Right, so let's charge in. Hit them. They are buckling. Maybe this charge in will help. Avati cohort! Engaging! Nicely done. Let's pull them back out. Archers wise getting their target practice on. Archers, loose! Making pincushions of these men. I feel bad for him, especially this bloke here who's going to get a cracking volley. Or most of them went for these units here. Oh, what a bloodbath. I told you, Ballista, to halt your fire at will. Here we go. Slow motion volley. A poor Syrian man, ripped from his homeland, now in heaven? I don't know, but it looks like most of them actually hit the side of his leg. A really nice sort of kill cam. Alright, we've won. Let's continue the battle. I want all my archers and auxiliary infantry to be grouped up. And halt all your rollers. Disable fire at will. Cavalry, I want you to pick a unit and try run down as many of them as possible. If we can see here, it's pretty hard to see. So there's a unit in here. And we'll start speeding things up. That was a really nice battle. I'd appreciate it if you could hit that like button and subscribe. It's a great way for me to gauge if you still are enjoying the series, of course. Helps me out a bunch. Also, check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All in the description below. But there's a huge cohort here not even being engaged. Let's engage melee. So every single one of my cavalry units should be running at least someone down. Also, running units down, we get our chevrons up. That's why mine are pretty high at the moment. Silver 2, and especially in Divided Impera, adds just those even more bonuses. But also, if you want to download and play Imperator Augustus, it is free once you buy Rome 2. It's not a DLC. You get it free as soon as you buy the game. But if you want to download and play with the Divided Impera mods, all the mods and download links are free, and they're all in the description below. All Steam as well, which is great. I usually prefer to use the Steam version of the mods, especially for Attila and Rome, because Steam has auto updates. So instead of checking out Total War Center every other day for a update or mod DB, you can quickly leave it on the background and let it auto sync once you turn Steam on, which is great. Is Octavian running down anyone? 15 in this Eagle cohort. Yeah, let's let Octavian and Marcus Canus the Great run down some units. I wish there was sort of a way we could see the enemy running away, but maybe they deliberately made it difficult to see. But Medieval 2, I think, had the best sort of tactic. You press that space bar, you press that gong or little circle in the bottom left. Let's get my general units to run them down. Marcus Canus and Octavian having some target practice. Alright, let's end the battle there. A decisive victory. Oh, wow, look at these stats. Marcus Canus, under the command of the 1st Legion coming in, Legion 1 with Octavian, deployed 6,838. We lost 379 men. That is insane. How many men we lost. As in, how ridiculously stupid it was. 379 men lost their lives. Compared to Mark Antony's 4,713. We managed to kill 4,556 and capture just shy under 2,000 men. We're going to enslave the ones that fought with him, and we're going to sell them for slaves on later. Very, very nicely done, Marcus Canus. Now I have to be very careful running down the remainder of his armies, because I don't want Thrace to come in and join me, because that would be a problem. Yep, so Thrace isn't coming. Let's quickly run down here. Cineas Polo. We'll quickly go with an aggressive stance. He escaped the last battle and was run down in the Thrace Alps. Awesome. Let's kill the captives. Make sure none are alive. And now we've thrown back a full stack of Mark Antony. Now there's a full stack here. Let's push over into Asia Minor next. Take Nicomedia and Pergamon. I think that's pretty much it. There might be a couple of armies here and there. But it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. We're going to continue to push against Mark Antony. Once we've finished with him, we'll probably go to war with his vassals, Egypt and Thrace. Victory conditions wise, we need 100 regions. We currently have 61. We need the entire region of North Africa. Africa rather said, which we should be able to take quite easily. It's time to end it here once again. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Make sure to take care of yourself. Stay tuned for more content on my channel. I'm not quitting YouTube anytime soon, so expect future videos. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.